Let us now consider section 6.2, the homework, question 11. So this homework question is pretty similar to 6.1, but in this case we're going to have to create our own table here. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we have a company about to issue a bond. Now this time it's a semi-annual coupon payment, so that's important. We know our annual coupon rate of 8%. We know the par value, which is 1,000. And we have the yield to maturity for this bond at 10%. So let's start with creating a table here. So first thing we want to know or note is our par value. Okay, so in this case, looks like we have $1,000 par value. Next is our coupon rate. So our coupon rate has also been provided. And of course, you recall that's going to help us figure out our coupon payment. So the coupon rate is 8%. And well, if we have our future value, our par level, and our coupon rate, we will figure out our coupon payment. And just want to remind everyone it's a semi-annual, okay? Then our years to maturity. So it looks like here we're trying to figure out, we have a 5, 10, 15, and 20 year to maturity bond. Okay, but reminder, the years to maturity isn't necessarily the number of years. So we want to also understand or calculate the number of periods, okay? So which is years times M. So years to maturity doesn't necessarily mean that that's the number of periods that we're going to get paid. Because recall, and this is really important to remember, it's semi-annual. Finally, our year to maturity, or sorry, yield to maturity, we can just call that YTM, okay? But remember, when we actually use the rate, it's going to be our yield to maturity, divided by the M again. So again, that semi-annual is going to come up. Okay. So let's go back to our coupon payment. And if we recall our formula for coupon payments, it's going to be par times our coupon rate divided by the number of payments per year. So reminder, it's a semi-annual coupon payment we're trying to determine, so that means we're going to be paying twice a year, so that's why we divide by 2. Okay, we can go ahead and bring that down. And finally, figuring out our number of periods, so how many times we're going to get paid out in the period, we need to figure out that by the years times the M. So again, in this case, since it's semi-annual, we're going to be multiplying by 2. We're getting paid out twice a year. Okay, we can go ahead and bring that down. And finally, our yield to maturity, well, that's given to us. Now, this is a yield to maturity for this bond is 10%. That is an annual yield to maturity. So we need to account for the semi-annual. So it's going to be our 10% divided by 2. And we can bring that down. So now that we've calculated or created our table, we can now use the present value function, okay, to determine our price. So we have our rate, number of periods, our payments, and our future value. Okay, and we can go ahead and bring that down. Now, see, and we're not just calculating our price, but we're actually comparing our price because we have a lot of similar variables here. But the difference really is is the years to maturity, okay? And we want to basically understand what happens the longer that bond matures. What happens to the future, or the present value. So ultimately, if we have to invest for a longer period of time, do we have to pay more or do we have to pay less? Okay? And that's what the second part of this question is all about. All right, so speaking of the second answer, I'll let you do that on your own. All right? Take a little ownership of your learning. Thanks for watching, and happy financing.